Yesterday, at around 9:50 a.m., the Russians launched a drone attack on the market in the city of Nikopol, Dnipropetrovsk region. There, just as people were shopping on a Saturday morning, more than 30 commercial pavilions were destroyed and damaged. 27 people were injured, 5 were killed on the spot. A 14-year-old girl was seriously injured. She was transferred to the regional hospital. 2 more men are in serious condition.
Я все закончил. Я ваш номер вместе с собой забрал. Можно гнать. Куда? Куда можно? Куда-нибудь.
And this night the Russians attacked residential areas in several Ukrainian towns. In Odessa, the attack caused fires. A building was hit from which 20 residents were evacuated. There are wounded. However, there is also good news. A lot. Tonight, again, the port of Primorsk in the Leningrad region was attacked. The oil refinery in Kstovo, Nizhny Novgorod region, is also on fire. Lukoil-Nizhegorodnefteorgsintez plays a key role in supplying the Moscow region, which consumes about 30% of Russia's gasoline and can process up to 17 million tons of oil per year. It seems that there, again, a missile from the Pantsir air defense system hit a residential building. In general, the Ukrainian military has continued to attack Russian military targets, destroying drone centers, air defense systems and the enemy's logistical infrastructure. Yesterday, these results were announced by Robert Brovda, Medir, commander of the Ukrainian Forces of Unmanned Systems. According to him, his units, together with other ZSU units, attacked 2 pre-flight training bases for Shahd kamikaze drones in Russia, near Navly, in the Bryansk region, and at the Kalino airfield, in the Kursk region. Thus, the Russians will not be able to launch Shahd drones into Ukraine from 2 key points. In addition, the Ukrainians hit a number of other targets, in particular the S-400 radar station in Feodosia, the Tor anti-aircraft missile system, as well as other military facilities, including command posts, logistics centers and warehouses. Incidentally, on April 2, Robert Brovda was awarded the Cross of Merit, one of the highest awards of the Supreme Commander of the Armed Forces of Ukraine. It is symbolic that Alexander Sisky presented him with this award not in an office, but directly in the combat mission zone. Right at the front, right on the front line. The 1,500th day of the Russian full-scale invasion of Ukraine, Friday, April 3, 2026, was marked by an intensification of airstrikes on civilian centers and continued resistance on the front, as the toll of human and material losses reached unprecedented figures. Key events and front developments. Massive attacks on Kharkiv. The city of Kharkiv was the target of successive waves of missile and drone attacks, with at least 20 strikes reported that damaged residential and office buildings. Russia used new tactics, using drones equipped with jet engines to make them more difficult to intercept. Civilian casualties. At least 8 civilians were killed in Russian attacks throughout the day in regions such as Kyiv, Sumy, Zhytomyr, and Donetsk. Territorial status. For the first time in 2.5 years, monitoring sources such as the Institute for the Study of War reported that Russian forces had made no new territorial gains in a 24-hour period. Ukrainian counterattacks. Ukraine launched drone attacks on Russian infrastructure, hitting a Caspian Pipeline Consortium pumping station, reducing oil flow by 30 to 40%, and damaging a cargo ship in the Sea of Azov. Statistics and impact after 1,500 days. Data provided by the General Staff of Ukraine and international analysts at this milestone show the scale of the destruction. Statistics indicator at day 1,500. Russian personnel losses over 1,300,000, dead and wounded. Russian tanks destroyed approximately 11,833. Air targets intercepted over 219,000, drones and missiles. Duration of the conflict exceeds the duration of the USSR's participation in World War II. Political context and outlook. President Volodymyr Zelensky warned that Russia could shift its strategic objectives towards railway and water supply infrastructure in the coming period. At the same time, Ukrainian officials left open the possibility of an Easter truce, mediated through U.S. diplomatic channels. Ukraine and Turkey agreed on new steps in security cooperation and gas infrastructure projects, President Zelensky said after talks with Recep Tayyip Erdogan. Discussions included regional security in Europe and the Middle East. Ukrainian SBU drone units struck the Alkesk steel plant, halting production at a key industrial site used to support Russia's military sector. FP2 drones hit blast furnaces, core workshops, distillation systems, gas pipelines and power infrastructure, disrupting operations. Thanks for watching. If you appreciate the work of the Military Footage channel, please like, share and subscribe.